everybody. Welcome to GeekStorm. I'm Sean Hilton, and this is my good friend
No,
Michael
we don't.
And today, GeekStorm is being filmed in the heart of downtown Kokomo on Geek Street, located at 111 East Sycamore, which just happens to house the most amazing toy store in the entire world. We call it Kokomo Toys and Collectibles,
What are you doing?
run by Todd and Amber Jordan. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today while we discuss the many fine things that are going around in geekery. Mike, how's your week been?
Why are you talking like that?
We're trying something different. This is me being nice. It's like a Mr. Rogers,
Nice
Bob Ross.
Nice isn't a voice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely it is, Mike.
No, it isn't.
When people hear your voice, it's like grating of brakes going out in their truck just before it hits a busload of nuns and people die in a horrible fiery wreck. But this voice is nice, and you wouldn't think that. You'd think, man, that guy's kind of nice. So, Mike, what'd you do with your week?
I worked.
That was good, but what geek stuff did you do, Mike?
Oh boy, I watched
It's
so
called
much
GeekStorm,
TV.
not WorkStorm.
I watched so much TVs, and
I know you probably did.
watched the movies.
Ooh,
and
I love movies.
Just things.
What movies did you watch, Mike?
Well, we watched The Founder. Have you watched that yet?
Is that the McDonald's thing with Michael Keaton?
Yeah.
I have not yet, but
Stop
I
talking
do
like that.
think
I'm
that
not-
Mr. Keaton is an amazing actor.
It was
I'd like
good,
to see
and it's
him.
very eye-opening story.
Ray Kroc.
And,
The not founder of McDonald's, who is listed as the founder of McDonald's.
that's right.
It's
That's
a
right.
very interesting story.
It
Well, I
was.
can't wait till we get to that.
It was.
But first off,
No, we don't have to talk about
some celebrity has died who I don't know. Do you
Nobody's
know who's
died.
dead?
Nobody's died.
Absolutely somebody died.
Nobody ever dies.
Oh,
Since
right.
in the last 7 days, no person
So,
has died.
the actor who used to do work with Quentin Tarantino and was on Twin Peaks, who I honestly don't know who you are. You're dead.
Wow,
We
that's a riveting
acknowledge
story.
it, and I'm sorry that you're dead.
Wow.
I wish you weren't.
Wow. That was the most
So, Mike,
not informed. Wait a minute. Do you do press briefings for Trump? Is that what you do? Because that right there sounded exactly like something he would say. Somebody died, and I'm not sure who he was. But it's
wasn't
a
you?
terrible loss. Terrible loss.
So, speaking of that,
What?
we don't get a chance to talk about politics nearly enough on
Oh,
GeekStorm
boy,
because
oh,
it's
boy.
not called Politics Storm. It's not called Fox with Friends. It's called GeekStorm. But the geeks have now weighed in by putting up an interesting link.
Right.
So if you go to www.hail hydra.com, it doesn't in fact take you to a recruiting center for Hydra or Captain America saying he wants you. No, in fact, it takes you straight to President Trump's bio on the White House thing.
Sure.
The only unfun thing about it is if you do it in Facebook, the link actually pops up and shows you where you're going. Whereas if you just hit the button and wound up there, it would be a little funnier.
Right.
So somebody did that. We're not associated with it. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I won't lie, I thought it was kind of funny. Whether you're, pro-Trump or anti-Trump or whatever your political stance is,
Sure.
that's kind of funny.
It is funny.
So,
It is funny.
and Captain America would approve.
What surprised me most about that story is that Marvel doesn't have the rights or the ownership of that website in the first place. I know it's got a hyphen in it, but still.
I was gonna say-
You'd think they would have people that did nothing but go through and just reserve websites,
And I'm sure that they do that when just
and they
somebody
do it on
slipped
the
through.
table like that.
Is that how they do it?
Yep.
That's interesting. Like an old, and then ka-ting, you think?
Nope.
No? No, it's too bad. Mike, speaking of television, which I know you like to watch a lot.
do like
of,
television.
And television's good, I suppose, in moderation.
Oh, no.
Don't
All TV all day.
Moderation, folks, is the key to success. Now, you and me, I've been a Doctor Who fan for a very long time. You've been a Doctor Who fan for a little less than maybe
few
that
years.
time.
Oh, much less.
After having dragged you into it. You have failed to drag me into Game of Thrones, but I did muddy and sully you with Doctor Who. So 1 for me, 0 for you. Doctor Who's been back on the air now for like 3 or 4 episodes.
I've seen the first episode of the new season, and I liked it very
So,
much.
Mike, why do you think Doctor Who is failing currently?
Is it? Because I don't know.
I don't know the ratings, but I'm going to tell you, as a fan, I haven't watched a single episode. I have not talked to a single fan, besides you saying now you've watched the first one.
Right.
And I'm going to guess it's up to probably episode 3, maybe episode 4 at this point. Nobody's talking about it for the most part. There isn't that media buzz that we've seen in the past.
Right.
I don't see my Facebook lighting up. So, you know what? This is completely non-factual. This is just you and me shooting the breeze. It seems to me, without looking up stats and getting some demographics and all that, that Doctor Who is currently failing.
Well, it was not doing well last year, and even though we have a new companion, you still have the same Doctor this year. And
Capaldi has returned for, is it season 4 or season 3?
His third, I think.
Third? All right.
So...
And they've advertised it as his last.
Right, but the thing is, he announced that next season, he announced that this was going to be his last season. I think halfway through last season, maybe he said it quite a while back, but ratings were already taking a dump then. Then it becomes an issue of the network sticking with their actor or letting him go out the way he wants, and people just weren't excited about Capaldi last year. So that's carried over to this year, I think. Although, like I said, the first episode was very good.
Was it? Mm-hmm. I would have expected to see a little bump because he announced it was going to be his last year. People want to show up and see what cues are going to be, what kind of Easter eggs and other things foretelling the future on how this is going to be. But again, I plan hopefully today, probably go home and binge watch, catch up before they start falling off, or I got to go find them in weird places.
Have all the Doctors made it through full seasons, or have they always crafted seasons around a Doctor's appearance? Has there ever been a change mid-season?
I don't believe so. First one, no. Second one, no. Third one, I know of, no. Fourth one, no. No, the closest that would have been number 6, and even I think they kind of just dumped the show and went on hiatus during his run for a while. But even he got to come back, finish up, and then Sylvester McCoy took over, and Sylvester McCoy got to finish it off. So I don't think anybody's ever died or been replaced mid-season. I think it's always been the show's either over, canceled, hiatus, or an actual end of the season. Yeah. We get the new guy coming in. They
I enjoy his quirkiness as an actor and even as this character, but unfortunately with this format, because you recycle villains so much, you either have to come up with a very original storyline throughout the season, or you need to keep the characters fresh. I mean, when I say fresh, I mean turning them over, unfortunately. And unless you have lightning in a bottle like Tennant and Matt Smith, some would say, you really, really, I'm not sure, are able to sustain the same character for over and over when you're just rehashing a lot of the storylines.
Now, if we'd kept a Tennant or a Smith, let's say. Now, the truth is this is like in season, I want to say like 12 or something of the new version, right, since the upgrade. So, I mean, any show that's gone this long, and regardless of whether it's a classic or just something new, that's hard to get that many seasons out of for anybody anymore. So, do you think maybe it's just Doctor Who fatigue at this point? Is it all falling on Capaldi and Moffat's shoulders? Has Moffat stayed too long? Is he long in the tooth? Is Capaldi maybe just not as engaging? Or would it have mattered? Even if we'd kept Tennant and Smith back and forth every year, they were swapping off somehow and came up with a magical way to, this year it's Tennant, this way it's Smith, and who were two of the most beloved newer Doctors,
right,
would it still be facing this problem?
Unfortunately, to me, with putting in, and this is definitely ageism, you're putting in a guy that's his age, right after you've gone through 2 or 3 younger guys, I don't see that as bringing in a way to bring in new viewers, and definitely a jumping off point for some younger viewers. So I think that's just bad. You have a formula for success. I don't see why you vary from that too much.
All right. Well, we'll keep up to date on
when they have the female Doctor. You'll see it jump,
or a minority, different ethnic background. Sure. All those things could be interesting, and I look forward to seeing it. On another show, a show that I don't think either of us watch, but this brings up.
By all means, let's say everything we know about it.
But there's an intriguing thing that just happened. Okay. Tim Allen has a show called I
don't even know. Is this one with
Man of the House or something?
Is this with Nancy Travis?
What's that?
Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing.
Is this with Nancy Travis? Or is that another one?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, go ahead.
But this show's been on whatever, it's been relegated to Friday nights.
Sure.
It has performed well.
Is it on a major network?
Yes, it is. Like an ABC kind of a thing.
Okay, go ahead.
It is performing well. It is doing like 6.5 million views or something like that. They just canceled it. Now, as you know, and all hardcore fans know, Friday is where you go to die.
Right.
Even X-Files had, which lasted a while. That was their date, and they were able to hold it for a while. But why does anybody take a show that's performing well, especially right now when there's so much competition, and the 30-minute situation comedy? Not only is your show performing well, the numbers show it's performing well in like the worst night of the week. Why the hell do you pull that off? And also Tim Allen, whether you like him or not, he's one of the major voices behind Toy Story, which makes nothing but fat cash. So this is an actor who maybe his on-screen stuff is a little lower, but is still a major draw because of his voice acting. And I believe that the company that's involved with the show is involved with Pixar now somehow. So what in the hell? I'm baffled. If you were an executive producer type person, what would make you think about, you know what, it's doing well, the budgets are all under control, Tim Allen hasn't had a blow up, it's not like we're reading about them on the news, snorting coke anymore. Or
I knew you were going there.
So, he's not beating anybody. Everybody on the show seems to be doing well. It's just
knowing nothing about this story, all I can think is, they've got a board that says Monday through Sunday, and these are the time slots. So unless they have something else there that costs less and or they think is going to make more money from costing the same, I don't see why. That would be the only reason why I would think they would do that.
We're going to get our researchers on this
we're not.
one.
This is
we're going to delve deep.
This is the last
We
time
are
I
going
hear
to
about
make
this
this
story.
a weekly situation until
your own
we
research if you
figure
want.
it
We'll never
out.
talk about
Because
it
you know
again.
what? This is a show that's all about the Midwest. It was aimed at the Midwest, and they're taking it away from us.
I don't know.
It's insulting.
Nobody cares.
And it is something that we are going to look into.
Nobody cares.
Hey, speaking of more television,
let's.
CW has gone and made a complete order, a full order,
Right.
for season 1 of Black Lightning.
That's true.
So, without having seen much except for one pin-up shot of Jefferson, I think that's his name, the actor from Heart of Dixie, who I really do enjoy, but you know me, horrible with names, looks great in this actual superhero kind of costume. And he's not suffering from what Arrow did in the first year, and even Flash a little bit, where he was
Are we going
in
to see a
Streak
lot of
for
lightning-based
while.
characters, you think? Are we going to see
Lightning's
blue
gotta-
lightning and lightning?
It's
and
got to be a
Lightning
cheap
McCoy.
CGI effect.
I don't know.
It's got to be, it's got to be something you can put on the screen really cheaply. I mean, we were seeing really cool lightning effects back in Big Trouble in Little China.
Sure.
So, and I'm sure that was probably all animated with no CG, I would think.
Dukes, you have to
I
make
bet
that
that was
happen.
all done like that. So, have you seen the picture of him?
This is always
That's
how
how
it
it
starts.
starts. You leave Jack Burton alone.
I have seen it. It looks good. I can't wait. I'm happy for seeing like that. You know, Nels got a series order.
Well, let's not jump too fast here. I mean, this has got nothing. We've seen nothing on
Right.
it. Full
Let's talk
season
about it.
order.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty. CW has a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
This was the same channel that came out and said we don't want to be the DC channel just a couple years ago, and now I believe this will be their 5th Flash, Arrow, Legends. This will be 4th. Supergirl. They picked up Supergirl, so 5. So they can now do one every day of the week if they want.
I mean, that's how TV works. Is you get a development deal, then you show them what you got, and if they like it, they'll pay for a pilot, and if they see the pilot and they like it, then they'll order a half season or a full season, and so that means there's confidence in the show. That's absolutely right. But that is the next step in this happening.
Now it is getting started filming a little later than other shows do, so they're telling us to expect it to be a mid-season replacement, which I think could be really good. If anything, I wish they'd almost do the Agent Carter thing, where instead of it being the mid-season replacement, which usually doesn't come out till after the hiatus, give us this in the hiatus. Give your Flash, Supergirl, all those guys their hiatus, and then still give us the CW superhero fix in the middle of the holiday season. It used to be back in the day, yes, we had all the holiday stuff, you didn't watch television. But with DVR now, the way it works, and online streaming and Hulu, and all these other things to get in a CW app to watch stuff on, the holidays don't mean what they used to viewers. Viewership isn't, we don't stop watching stuff. We just watch it now earlier in the morning or later at night or when we can squeeze it in. So I think it would be an excellent time to do it. You know what has also gone to a full season, Mike?
What?
I've heard Sci-Fi Channel has also decided to take Krypton and go in that direction.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's what I've been hearing. You know, my sources are pretty good on this one. So we're going to see that one go from a pilot test state into a complete state.
It would. Sci-Fi's got a lot of money. It wouldn't take much to, because I believe they're owned by NBC. It wouldn't take much to think that they have a show that would get decent ratings enough to be popular on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're fighting their own shows on their own channel just to get the funding that's going to be there, because they're not going to shut sci-fi down anytime soon. There will be shows on sci-fi. So even if I don't do great against other shows, at least if I can do as well or better than shows that are already on sci-fi, I'm going to get.
We got to have something on.
I'm going to get a check.
Well, that was an awful lot of television. So now we're going to jump over into a brand new thing. So over in the comic book side of things, we've just had a brand new comic book come out, a Star Wars related comic book called The Screaming Citadel, which is going to be a big crossover for the Marvel Star Wars universe, which is all canon now. So you've got Luke Skywalker meeting up with Dr. Aphra. Now, Dr. Aphra is a character that was just released or presented in the Darth Vader comic that they had come out with. She's kind of like a River Song, this good guy, bad guy, but more leaning towards bad guy, archaeologist kind of a character. But the reason we really bring it up is that they're going to be making a Dr. Aphra action figure. So this is a character from the new expanded universe, or whatever they want to call it, getting a chance to be a little 3.5 plastic molded injected figure that the fans voted on. And that's what I love, is not only is all this stuff supposed to be canon now, oh, you're getting a ticket. That's kind of funny.
I'm not getting a ticket.
All right. So not only are we getting this figure, but the fans got to vote on it based on
crossover with DC. They put Deadman in it. They put Deadman in it too.
Yes. So yeah, in it, there's some new guy, and I haven't read it yet. But the art in this is wonderful. This is a beautiful looking book. But yes, there is flat out a character that DC needs to come knocking on the door because he looks exactly like Deadman from
DC Comics.
From DC Comics. So, and it's not just like one panel. I'm like, wow, holy cow, that is so funny.
Okay, back to something.
So meanwhile, also in comic books, Secret Warriors #1 just came out from Marvel. Now, Secret Warriors is going to appeal to your Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fans because this is basically that book. This is the book that deals with Daisy, Quake in the actual Marvel universe. It deals with their version of Coulson in the actual 616, which is the designation for the Marvel comic book universe, and what is going on during the whole Secret Empire Hydra invasion, which of course has got the entire world buzzing as everybody is talking about it. I've seen now reports on Entertainment Weekly kind of stuff, or Entertainment Tonight, that kind of thing are talking about it.
Hard-hitting journalism.
Blogs and stuff. It's only a matter of time before 2020 does the thing about Hydra infiltrating the White House. And now, of course, we've already found the link, the literal link that takes us there, so we know it's true. So that sort of thing's going on. So that's something to
use
possibly
the word literal
check out.
Correctly. Well done. Let me ask you a comic question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, before we move on to other things.
Sure, because there's a lot of movies we need to talk about too.
No, there's no movies on this, hardly at all.
I haven't looked at your list, I wouldn't know, but we need to talk about the important things, and there's a lot of movies.
Okay, so Marvel has gone through many changes recently, all the big crossovers with Secret Wars and with Infinity Gauntlet and all that. And it seems like they blew up their universes and they're trying to combine again. Is that correct?
It seems that way, yes. It almost seems like a version of what DC did with Infinite Crisis back in the 80s.
So where is a good jumping back on point for somebody like myself who hasn't read comics in 4, 5 years, 6 years? I understand mostly what happens in the Marvel Universe. I understand how they, redo #1s all the time and how they reboot different characters into different universes and whatnot. Does Secret Wars tie that all up and start over again? I know it's not a hard reboot, but
they did not do the hard reboot like DC did, when they actually, reset their entire universe back down to #0 or #1 and started over again. Marvel so far has refused to do that. What they keep doing is rekeying elements of their universe in a manner to make it easier to get into. So like right now, Wolverine, the Logan that we've grown up with in the 616 universe, is currently dead and has been dead for a year or two now. It's been a little while. And they have X-23, the girl that you would have seen in the Logan movie, taking over as the all-new Wolverine. But when they crashed all these universes down, they brought over another older Wolverine, Old Man Logan, which is really what the Logan movie was based on. They made sure to bring him over. You've got a couple of different Hawkeyes. You've got a couple of different Spider-Men. Miles Morales from the Ultimate Universe is Spider-Man, whereas Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And there is no distinction. It's not he's kid Spider-Man
Right.
or Spider-Man Jr. He's just Spider-Man. And they figure that their audience is going to be smart enough to be able to tell the difference.
Okay.
Now, whereas a good jumping on point, well, Marvel makes it easy because they relaunch their books every 6 weeks.
Yeah, but they relaunch different books every 6 weeks.
They do,
So
but
that's
there's
my
constantly something coming. Like this week, a new Rocket #1 just came out. So if you're a Rocket Raccoon fan, they just had a series that went, I think, 5 issues, and now they've already reset it, and you'll be able to jump on it.
I've seen they're getting ready to cancel a bunch of titles, but my question is everything on your shelves right now from Marvel consistent with what's happened, say, since Secret Wars?
I would say the vast majority of it is. I mean, there's always maybe a book or two that are out of continuity on purpose, and I don't want to say, yes, they all are, and then somebody come in and pick up, the one book that's a power pack
I got you.
book that's based on something.
Okay, so if I were to pick up any mainstream book, any of the big titles, Spidey or Cap or something like that, and start reading it, would that continuity jive with what happened in Secret Wars?
Yes.
Okay, so that really
if
is
the creative
latest.
team is on board doing their job right,
Okay.
yes, everything is, and the vast majority of it now is tying into Secret Empire.
Okay.
Like the Secret Warriors book ties directly into Secret Empire.
Okay.
So there's some good jumping on points to do right now. DC has obviously made it the easiest by resetting the entire universe and then resetting it, a soft reset again 5 or 6 years later, which has done them well. It has made their books a lot more approachable.
Okay.
And Marvel, I think, has had some distinction with that. Marvel is doing a trend after Secret Empire is over. It's a legacy kind of event where they will be teaming an older legacy character with a younger character. So I would expect to see something like a Bruce Banner Hulk return with an Amadeus Cho Hulk thing, and then maybe team them up and do stuff.
Is Banner still dead?
Banner is currently dead.
Okay, good.
So, and
Good.
that'll probably be switched around with Secret Empire. I would imagine Secret Empire is probably going to be used to rectify and change some of the deaths that have occurred. So expect some big things.
A couple real quick TV notes to get back to that.
More TV.
More back to Doctor Who, which again is I try to help you out with this kind of crap.
TV.
Torchwood's coming back for season 5.
On what channel?
I don't know.
Who's got it?
I don't know. Barrowman's in it, but I don't know.
You don't know?
No. But it is coming back. That's confirmed by Karen Gillan. So
Why would
Torchwood
Karen
fans-
Gilliam?
I don't know the answer to that. She tweeted it.
I wonder if is Amy Pond in it, you think?
Possibly.
No, that wouldn't be. I mean, anything's possible, but
She hasn't done a lot
Back-
since then.
but she's like trapped in like the 1800s or something.
Maybe.
I don't
you
think
can-
the doctor would have
I
just
can-
left her there if he could have fixed that.
I can just go in and grab her any time in time.
No, he left her there.
He can.
That would
go
have
get
been
her
a
there.
thing. No,
Yeah, we can go get her.
no, or he would have done it.
He can Torchwood her.
No. I'll be interested to see that because it started off as the BBC show, but then it came over to a Showtime or some kind of thing where
Yeah,
they
it
did
did. Yes.
a weird series with that. So when I ask what channel it's not, like, oh, I'm like, is it going to be an American-based thing? Is it a BBC-based thing?
Yeah.
Will it return with, is the one female character still alive?
I don't know. I said quick notes. The other thing, next thing is that Deadpool is getting an animation on FXX.
Yes, Glover's involved.
Nobody-
We all know.
Nobody cares about that.
No.
I don't care about that. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
News. It's better than Tim Allen, for crying out loud.
No, that was interesting. A network
To you?
canceling I don't even watch the show. It's interesting because I want to know why would a network cancel something that's actually making money?
Also getting a series order is Runaways on Hulu. They've seen the pilot, they like it, and they ordered a full season of that for Runaways. If you're a Marvel fan of the kids. There's a trailer out for Gifted, which is one of the new Marvel TV shows coming out. And on 5/15 you get a full trailer, but so far we've just had that. New Mutant casting on the New Mutants movie. Okay. Maisie Williams on one of your favorite.
Game of Thrones. Let's go.
Maisie Williams on one of your favorite shows, Game of Thrones,
Yep.
is going to be.
She's everywhere.
Well, she's good.
Is she?
Yeah,
Because I haven't seen her in anything that's been good.
because you haven't watched Game of Thrones.
I watched her in Doctor Who, and I was very not impressed.
Okay, I got 2 more things I want to talk about. 2 more. And these,
Let's make sure we get to what Mike wants to talk about.
oh my gosh, neither one of these are.
Let's just go.
These are both right up your
Let's
alley.
just do it.
How much time we have, Dukes?
7 minutes.
Oh,
See,
it's not-
plenty of time.
It's not
to
3 minutes anyway.
pour this.
Okay. Hellboy.
I love Hellboy.
I know you do, and that's why I want to talk about it, to engage you, because
Okay.
you don't talk enough on this show. Okay, so Guillermo del Toro has said
conflicted.
has said that Hellboy's coming back.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Try again.
Okay, let me tell you the story, and then he can tell you what he thinks the story is. Coming back, but not with Ron Perlman, with David Harbour instead. You're saying that's not true.
No, I'm saying Guillermo del Toro didn't say crap because it was Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy, that said this, the guy who would actually know what he's talking about, not the director that has been bumped from the project and not invited back to finish his trilogy. But, I mean, feel free to continue on with your fake news.
It's not fake news. He said it's coming
No,
back.
he didn't.
Wait. He said it's coming back. He said he might not be involved, but it is coming back.
All right, well, Mike Mignola has actually done an announcement where he has said it is coming back, and all the other information you give is correct, except for the fact where Del Toro had anything to say,
That's
because
right.
he doesn't have anything to say because he wasn't invited back, and he
That's
probably does not
why
want to talk about it.
I hate you.
Because I'm right.
You are.
And he hates being wrong. So I'm conflicted. One, I really like Del Toro. I think he does a fine job, and I think he's a very passionate director who really goes out of his way to get stuff accomplished when he can. However, he's also been known to drop the ball a lot. He was involved with the Hobbit movies, and eventually that seemed to all kind of fall apart, and we had to go back and get the original director to come back and spearhead that. But who knows? Maybe that was, you wanted to do it, and it's like, I want somebody else to do GeekStorm while I take a break. And we bring in somebody.
Please.
And then just right before it happens, I'm like, you know what? GeekStorm's kind of my baby. I don't know that I really want that to happen. And then all of a sudden at the last minute, we're like, oh, wait, no, he's not actually going to go anywhere. It's going to be the same guy. He's been talking about a Lovecraft project for so long, and nothing has happened with that. So that's been disappointing as well. So I don't know. And then Ron Perlman, he did a really good job with that character. He's an actor that we all like. We bring his name up quite a bit on this show.
I do, in things I don't want him to be in.
I really wish he had got the part over whatever his face is in Deadpool. Ugh, horrible casting. But he'll probably do a good job of that. But so I don't know. Now, but the guy from Stranger Things is a good fit. If Ron Perlman hadn't already done this role, I would be behind this entirely. He's got the right mannerism, even though it'll be covered in red and whatnot. But he emotes that kind of gruff thing. If you got nothing from Stranger Things, it was a good audition for Hellboy.
Sure.
So I'm looking forward to it, but one, commit. You know what? I need to see some commit, because it seemed like the whole reason that we couldn't get Hellboy 3 going all this time was because of the creator, Mike Mignola, who didn't want to do it for whatever reason. And they want to make it rated R.
This one is rated
I
R.
have read all of the Hellboy material. It doesn't have to be rated R. This is really PG-13. This is what PG-13 was created for. It reads like kind of an Indiana Jones action adventure with more monsters. Making it rated R. And obviously, and I've had a chance to meet Mike Mignola once or twice to get his autograph, shake his hand. We never had breakfast or anything.
Name drop.
But I've got to ask him a few questions in person. I've never got the impression that there was some dire need to make Hellboy rated R. There's nothing about any of the stories that lead it to that direction other than you want to blow up monsters more. But there's nothing against blowing a monster up. You can kill all the monsters in the world as violently as you want and get a PG-13 rating. You just can't kill humans. And Hellboy doesn't kill humans. You can decapitate Medusas all day long.
You decapitate her.
You can decapitate
That's an R-rated if you decapitate her.
And you could murderize all the monsters in the world and you're going to get a PG-13 rating because that's how that works. But, so I don't know. I'm just like, why the rated R? I'm all for rated R movies. You want to give me an Elektra movie and make it rated R? I want to see it. You want to give me a Daredevil movie and make it rated R? I want to see it. You want to make a Power Pack and you want to make it rated R? Well, I don't want to see it, but I'll watch it because that'll be hilarious. But I don't know that Hellboy needs it. That seems like a gratuitous use of an R rating for...
Do you think it should be rated R?
Which one?
Hellboy?
No, it should be PG-13.
Oh, I didn't know because I blanked out the last 10 minutes. I didn't really...
You brought this subject up. This is all about you. You want to do
No, you just spent 5 minutes on rated R. 5 whole minutes
So-
telling us why it should be rated R.
It shouldn't be rated R. And here's why.
That's why I said should.
Because none of the material has anything to do with that. None of the core material that the creator put out there has anything to do with it. Yet he drops it like he's excited that he's going to get a chance to make a rated R Hellboy movie, and it was just pointless. That'd be like doing a rated X version of GeekStorm. That's not what we do. It's not what we're about.
I mentioned that last week.
Did we?
That
Oh.
was different. A different
Same-
show.
okay, different show.
Different show.
You have something else you want to talk about?
No.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Everybody, thanks for coming out and checking out GeekStorm. I'm Sean Hilton. This is Michael Allen Harrison, and we were live at Kokomo Toys and Collectibles today. And I want to take a minute to thank you all for continuing to support us by watching us. And we're going to have our telethon coming up pretty soon. So you're going to be able to buy the T-shirts and the coffee mugs, and help keep us on the air, keep us going. So if you could, there's going to be a phone number down here. 1-800-SUPPORT something or other that we'll make happen. So don't forget, GeekStorm Telethon coming up. You'll be able to get like custom-made pops of us and the same golden microphone that we use. That'll be available.
There is a custom pop of you.
Yes, there is. So, all right, everybody, be groovy.